Hey, it's Catherine, and today I want to talk about the Death Note live-action movie that just came out on Netflix. As somebody who really loves the original Death Note series, this was really disappointing. Especially since at first it was actually kind of accurate plot-wise. Like, he gets the Death Note, he starts writing names, and the detective tries to hunt him down. But it quickly derails into something that is unappealing to fans and horribly generic for people who haven't seen the show. So Light. He is probably the worst portrayal of this character I have ever seen. Instead of being a smart, calculating genius who is bored with his schooling, he's a teenager who's smart enough but keeps making horrible decisions. Like, most people, I think, if they found a notebook that could kill people, they wouldn't automatically go show it to their girlfriend not even a day later. Like, that's stupid. And he constantly makes decisions like that. Misa is even worse. Not that there was much character for her to begin with, but at least she was smart enough to throw the police off her trail and had the distinct personality of being annoying. Here, she's a complete psychopath and got more Light personality traits than she did Misa personality traits, or I guess I should call her Mia, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Elle was really disappointing, especially since at first the actor was doing so well. Like, he had the mannerisms down, he had his sort of like inflictions and all his weird little quirks like down pat. But as soon as that second act hits, it all hits the fan and he becomes this over-emotional, angry person. Like, he chases Light down, like he has this big police chase scene in the climax of the movie. I don't think Elle is coordinated enough to run that far a distance, and he wouldn't anyway because he would be seen and exposed. Also, the scene where he addresses the public like that, it's stupid. Like, even if he was going to address the public about what he knows out front, he wouldn't do it in public, like in the same room. He would have like a microphone set up and like a screen with like just the letter L and be somewhere far away with a voice modulator so people couldn't find his identity. Like, here it's like he wears this weird like hijab almost, and it's weird because what's that gonna do? People can still see part of your face, and he just takes it off in a diner in a later scene anyway, so it's kind of like, what's the point of that? Ryuk is the best thing in this movie. He's not in it very much, which sucks, but he is my favorite thing about this movie. Willem Dafoe, literally the best choice. Like, you can tell all their creative efforts were put into Ryuk because he looks the same, he talks and acts the same for the most part, and I get that they were trying to use him sparingly, but there's no such thing as too much Ryuk. Like, are you kidding me? And maybe it's because Willem Dafoe is such a big name, they could only get him for like a short amount of time. And my main problem with this character is that he encourages Light, like he sort of eggs him on at the beginning, but in Ryuk, and like later on tries to get him to give it back, which Ryuk was just kind of there to be along for the ride and to see what happens. Like, this movie is making me turn a compliment into an insult. That's how bad it is. The second half of this whole movie is an insult. Like, it's insulting to the viewer's intelligence, and it's especially insulting to the original story. And spoiler for the movie, and the anime. First of all, they kept Elle alive. And I didn't know how to feel about that because I was really sad when Elle died. He's my favorite character. And I was like, I always did kind of wonder what would have happened if they did keep him around, like if he finished the investigation. I should have been careful with what I wished for because that's where all the stupidness happens. This is when he's like chasing Light down in a cop car, running over people in a restaurant, pushing people out of the way. Like, that's not something that would happen if you know the show. Also, there's a car chase scene. And my favorite part of the whole movie, I found this hilarious, like, I know it probably wasn't intended to be funny, but I was dying, was he's running in this alleyway, and Elle's on the chase, and Elle comes out of the door, and Elle runs into him, he goes, ah! And tries to run away. Like, idiot, like, that's not gonna work. But it cracked me up. The climax is that scene where you see, like, the Ferris wheel falling over in the trailer, and it has some of the worst acting in the whole movie from Mia or Misa or whatever you're gonna call her. So basically what happens is Misa put Light's name in the death note on the terms that if he gave it to her, she would take his name out and like burn the page, which I guess in this film's universe could stop the person from dying. That doesn't happen in the show. And basically, in order to retaliate, he puts her name in the book too. And then what happens is the Ferris wheel starts falling apart. They both fall off. Light lands in the water. Misa lands in some like flowers and crap and breaks her neck. While Light's page with his name on it comfortably lands in a fire. And Light doesn't die. He's in a coma. And somebody gives the book back to him. And it's revealed that Light planned this whole thing out and written this complicated scheme into the Death Note to ensure he wouldn't get caught. The show could take leaps of logic at times, but this isn't just a leap of logic. This is leaping over the Lucky Charms shark through a flaming hoop and landing above some sort of acid. Literally the only thing that helped me keep going through this movie was my friend, who is also a fan of the show, watching it with me and just tearing it to shreds the whole time. Like, if you're a fan of this movie and you have friends who are fans of this movie, I recommend you watch it together and view it as a comedy. I feel like, though, if you've never seen the show, you're probably gonna be a bit more tolerant of it, but don't watch it if you're not. If you like the show or the books, just don't watch it for your sake and for mine. Like, or if you do watch it, just tell me what you think, because I'd really like to know. Well, that was my little review rant. I hope you liked it, and if you don't, well, that's okay. Everyone has their own opinion, but if you did, tell me what you think of the movie down in the comments, and we are so close to hitting 100 subscribers. I'm unbelievably thankful. Like, that is so cool. I never thought that would ever happen. Like, and I know it's like, oh, your first 100, well, that's not big at all. Like, to me, that's huge, because I set a goal for myself in the beginning of the year to hit 100 subscribers, and it's finally happening. But on more not happy note. I don't think I'll be able to keep uploading twice a week anymore because school is starting, and we all know how that goes when you're a YouTuber, but I will still try and keep uploading on Wednesdays so that I'll have time to film over the weekend and then edit and upload it that Wednesday. But I hope you stick around regardless. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching, and with that I will see you in the next video. Bye.